Hello, let's do the New York Times Hard Sudoku for September 4th, 2025. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. All right, starting with this 2 and 6, we do have two 2s vertically, puts a 2 in one of these two cells. We also have two 2s horizontally, which places the 2 in this box. These two 2s look down, putting a 2 in one of these two. So when you notice this situation, this is really nice, where we've got basically two boxes where the digit has been limited to the same two rows. Some would call this an X-wing. I would not. I think X-wings, traditionally the X-wing needs to be in 4 different boxes, because actually there's a simpler thing that's always possible when you have this, which is that this row needs a 2 still, and we know it's not in this box or this box, and then this 2 looks down. So we're either going to get pointing, or sorry, we're either going to get claiming, or we're going to get a placed digit. In this case, a hidden signal. In this case, it's claiming 2s. So either way, whether you think of it like an X-wing or whether you think of it as claiming, these digits can no longer be 2. In general, these can't be, because this row needs a 2. It's going to end up here or here. Wherever it ends up, it'll be the 2 for this box as well. So we can't put it up here. All right. Now this 2 looks down. These two 2s look in, and actually that places the 2 here and the 2 here. So I think we are just down to this rectangle of 2s. Yeah, all the other 2s are placed. And you can see by placing the 2 here, we did eliminate 2 from all of these. And that would have happened whether we placed it here or here. Okay, looking at the 6. 6 is in one of these 2. Vertically, I don't... actually, there is something to do, because this 6 looks in, this 6 looks down. These aren't 6. Puts a 6 in one of these 2. That's going to point down along with this 6, putting a 6 in one of these 3. All right. I think that's what we get out of 2, 6. This box here is interesting. Let's go through the digits first. We've got 2, which we took care of the 2s. We have 3. Nothing there. We have 6, 7, 2 7s. And we have 9. So 9's in one of these 2. We can mark that. All right. Oh, we have a bunch of 9s looking in here. That places the 9 here. Now these 2 9s look over, putting a 9 in one of these 2. This is a filled box row. So what we want to do is we want to look at these rows outside of the box, specifically any givens we have that aren't already placed. So the 2's already placed, the 6 and the 9 are. So we didn't have anything here, but anything here that would have been quite limited in this box and been caused pointing or placement. Does anything look up through here? No. All right. Unfortunately, I guess the only thing we do with this box is pencil it. So we need 1, 4, 5, 8. So this is 1, 5, 8. The rest is just 1, 4, 5, 8. All right. Over here we have 2 and 8. These two 8s look down, putting an 8 here. Anything to do with this 8? I don't think so. Sorry, I got something in my beard here. Ignore this part. All right. All right. So this is a filled box column. So we want to look at these digits. So what's not placed already? 2 and 8 are already placed. Ignore that too. This 4 looks down. This 4 looks in, putting a 4 in one of these 2. These 4s are going to point up along with this 4, putting a 4 over here. So that was the whole point of looking, is that we ended up with pointing 4s. And that means that these 2 digits can't be 4, which we didn't know before, but now we do. All right. So that's it for this box. Anything else in this band that I want to look at? I don't think so. Let's move on to the next band. We already took care of 2s. So this 3 doesn't really do anything. The 5 or the 9. Not seeing anything. 2, 4, and 7. So this column still needs 2 and 4. And we can see the 2 is down here somewhere. Unfortunately, the 4 can be in these 3 places, so we can't quite do anything with that. But if we ever eliminate 4 from here, we do end up with a hidden 2-4 pair. We can try to remember that. Often that's the kind of thing I don't remember, but very proud of myself when I do. All right, next box we've got 4, 6, and 8. Okay, the 2 4s look over. This 4 looks up. That's quite nice because it places the 4. That removed one of our 6 corner marks, and so that places the 6 in the box as well. These 2 4s do look up, putting a 4 in one of these 3. I also have a triple left in this box. We need a 1. It's not in the middle. We need a 7 and an 8. That's not 8, that's not 1. So since this isn't 8, that does mean 8's in one of these two cells. I'm just going to point in here along with this 8, putting it in one of these two cells. All right, that was quite nice. We got the 6, we got the 4. There's a few things I want to follow up on, but I'm going to keep scanning first because we're almost done scanning the boxes. All right, I think that's what we get out of this band. I'll come back to low-hanging fruit. We have 1, 4, and 9 here. So we have the 2 1s. What's a 1 somewhere across here? 4 doesn't seem to do anything. 9? No. 3. So something I'm noticing is that the 3 is in one of these 3. So if we find one more digit, probably over here, that takes it out of these two cells, then this would be a hidden triple. But we do not have that right now. Just trying to point out things that you kind of want to keep a mental note of to come back to later. All right, so low-hanging fruit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at every single row first, and I'm going to look for 2 things. Now, I don't have a whole lot penciled yet, but normally I'd be looking to see if there were any pairs or triples that I had penciled that I might have missed. And then the other thing I'm looking for is if there are 4 or fewer open cells in the row. So for example, this row has 4 open cells, which means there are only 4 digits left. We need a 1, 5, 8, 9. We know the 8's not over here. So these are 1, 5, 9, and actually this 1 looks up. So that's not a 1. We know this isn't 9, so this is 1, 5, 8. And I think this can be any of them. Any of 1, 5, 8, 9. All right. So now, of course, we want to follow up, especially vertically, to make sure we didn't cause any new pairs or triples. We're going to move on to the next row. All right. Any other rows down to 4? Not that I see. I see a few 5s that we can come back to if we need to. Now I'm going to look at columns. I'm looking for the same stuff, just columns instead. This column is down to 1, 2, 7, 8. We know this isn't 2 or 8, so this is 1, 7 only. And so where do the 2 and the 8 go in this column? That's the big thing. This cell cannot be 2 or 8, and neither can this. It's 2, it's not 2 or 8. And so the 2, 8 go down here. And in fact, this 8 sees there. So it was a hidden 8, and now it's a hidden 2, and that resolves all our 2's in the puzzle. These 2 8's look in, putting an 8 in one of these 2 cells. All right. That was quite nice. That's why we look at those. This is now a filled box column. So we've got 2, 4, 6, and 9. The 6 looks down. We already have it marked. Okay. This box was reduced to 4 digits. We need a 3, 5, 6, 7. So we know this isn't, this isn't 5 or 6. So this is 3, 7. So actually the 5 is limited to one of these 2. I didn't know that. Okay, 5s and 5s puts a 5 in one of these 2. So this is 3, 6, 7. And this is 5, 6, 7 because it's not 3, but I think this can be any of them. Okay, did I do anything interesting? Yes, so this column is now down to 4 digits. So we need a 3, 5, 7, 8. Everything's limited here. So 3, 5, 7, 8. This, I see this sees the 3, 7, and this sees the 8. So did that do anything? Not immediately. Not that I see anyway. All right. So let's continue scanning columns, I guess. Did any of the rows where I placed digits get affected in a positive way? Not yet. Okay. Columns. All right, so I have finished scanning the columns. I'm going to go box by box. What I'm going to look for in the boxes is a little different. First thing I look for is to make sure that I'm respecting my corner marks. A lot of times I'll do something like claiming, like the 2's that I had down here. And then I won't respect it when I pencil. So I'm just looking at the 4 and 5, making sure I didn't pencil inappropriately. And then the other thing I'm looking for is any cell that isn't corner marked that might be limited. So for example, this cell here, it's not the 4, 6, 9. It's also not 2, 8. So it has a chance of being limited. It's not 5 out of the 9 digits. So it's down to 4 naturally. So what are those? Those are the 1, 3. Yeah, it can't, sorry. 1, 3, what did I miss? 1, 3, 5, 7. Unfortunately, I think this is all of 1, 3, 5, 7. So we cannot, it is unfortunately not limited. Box by box, I have these 8's that point, these 8's that claim. Is there anything that might be interesting about that? Close, 8's in 2 places in this column. All right, I'm going to look at these 3 digits in general. We need a 1, 3, 5, 6. That's what I expected. 1, 3, 5, 6. This cannot be, these can't be 5, 6. So this is 1, 3 only. Oh, sorry. This can't be 3, 5, or 6. So this is a naked 1. That's quite nice. It does not place a 1 over here. It limits it to these 2. That makes this a 7, 8 pair and places this 1. Places the 7. Quite nice. Nice cascade. The rest of this row is just 2 digits. One of them's a 9. The other's a 3. So 3 and 9 go here. I placed this 1. That actually helped this column. It's now down to 4 digits. We need a 4, 5, 6, 8. So these are 4, 5, 8, 5, 6, sorry, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6, 8. So 4, 5, 6. This row is down to 4 digits. We have 1, 2. We need a 3, 5, 6, 7. We know these aren't 6, so these are 3, 5, 7. That's not a 5. This isn't 7, so these are 3, 5, 6. So the 7's over here, and the 6 is over here. Surely I did something with that. Yeah, 1 in this box can only go here. I should have followed up on these 1s. But there's too much going on. Anyway, got that 1. These 2 1s do look up. Let's follow up properly. 1's one of these 2. So this, I think this is limited now because it's not a 1 anymore. So it could be a 3, 4, 5, but it can't be 6, 7, 8, or 9. Okay, yeah, so it's down to 3, 4, 5. In fact, this whole row is just 1, 3, 4, 5. So the 1 can only go here in the row. See how that's not a 1. That's not a 1. This C's 1 down there. So that's our 1. I feel like maybe we are close to finishing 1s. 1's in one of these, and one of these. Okay. That's not going to resolve itself. This is 3, 4, 5 now. I got this 1. Does that help me anywhere? Yeah, this box is down to 3, 4, 5, 8. So this is 4, 5, 8. This is any of them. Oh, I have these 4s corner marked. Remember when I said I don't respect my corner marks? So the 4 is claimed and pointed, and I forgot about that when I penciled this cell. So this is down to 3, 5, and that means 4 in this row can only go here. That was probably important. 3, 5, 7, 9 is what's left. This can't be 7, so 3, 5, 9. Oh, can't be 3 either. That's a 5, 9 pair, so this can't be 5. This is down to 3, 7. Let's see, this is a 3, 7 pair in the box. I didn't notice that. So this can't be 3. This is 9. That's 5. That gives us the 8 and the 3 and the 9. All right. This can't be 8. Over here we get the 9. All right, it was a pair. What's my follow-up here? 5, 6, 7, 8. Surprisingly not a whole lot. I haven't gotten much down here. I wonder if there's something to see. 3, 6, 7. So here's a little tip here. I haven't looked at it yet, but we'll do it together. The question I have in my head is there a 3, 6, 7 triple in this row? Naked triple. And so what we need is to find another cell that's limited to just 3, 6, 7. So the way we do that is we think about the 2 digits that would be left in the other 2 cells if we had a 3, 6, 7 triple. So not 1, 2, not 3. So one of them's a 4, not 5, it's not 6, 7, 8. So 4 and 9. So what we're looking for is a cell in this row that can't be both 4 and 9. We see that this cell can't be 4 and 9. So this is down to, actually, it can't be 6 either. So this is down to just 3, 7. Actually, it can't be 3. Oh, this is a naked single. I didn't mean to find, but this can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, or 9. So it is a naked 7. That resolves our triple. Nice. All right. My tip worked out. These aren't 7s. And so actually this is just 1, 5, 8. It's not 1, that's not 8. This is a 5. This is a 3. That's 7. That's 8, 4, 7, 8. This cell is a 3. Nice. 3 in the corner. This is a triple. Oh, sorry. Let's just do these. 3 and 7. This pair is probably better. 1, 2, 3. We need a 4 and a 9. This can't be 9. So this is 4. This is 9. Okay, maybe I will do this triple. We have the 1 and the 6. Just what's the other digit? 5. Oh, so the 5 is placed. Very nice. We get the 1, 6, and 5. We get the 4. Just finishing this. 1 and 8. This digit is a 5 also? I don't know. I can't see 5. So that's 6 and 5. That's 6. All right. We have 4. This is a 5, 7. 4 digits left in this box. Let's think about it. We need a 3, which is placed. We need a 6, which is placed. And then we need 7 and 9. That's 9, that's 7. And that should finish everything. 5 and 7, 1. What does this box need? A 4? Okay, 8 and 1 up here. That gives us the 5 and the 8 and the 4. All right. Doing this quite late. I'm still 300. Pretty awesome that 300 plus people use these links I make. All right. Well, let me know how you did. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.